Welcome back to the 5:30. We're going to talk about a topic that some tend to overlook, but it is a topic that is very important. We are talking about human trafficking. It is happening in our own backyard. January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and joining us live in studio is Kelly Diane Galloway to talk about it. You are from Mona's House. First of all, I guess we must establish what is human trafficking for those who don't know.
So human trafficking is just a fancy word for modern day slavery. It is literally the buying and selling of human beings, and most likely in the United States for the purposes of labor or sex trafficking.
You are doing a lot to combat this locally. But when you think about it, people don't think that it's happening locally. Some people even wonder whether or not this is happening in our backyard. What does it actually look like when someone says human trafficking or sex trafficking? Is it that van that's pulling up?
So that is one of the most common myths that we encounter on a daily basis. So people ask me, hey Kelly, what is the most difficult part of your job? The most difficult part of my job is convincing United States citizens that human trafficking, the buying and selling of real human beings, happens right here in the United States. And so it may not look like a kidnapping from Target or random people walking up to you in the mall asking you to come with them or the white van. It really is grooming that happens most likely when it comes to children and people who are a part of vulnerable populations being exploited by people looking for those sorts of weaknesses.
What are you doing at Project Mona, at Mona's House, so that people know, because these women are out here. We see situations where people are being arrested and you hear for sex trafficking, but you really don't know how big it is here. What are numbers like that you know of?
So human trafficking is the second largest crime on the planet, and it remains that way because it's the most hidden crime on the planet. So when we talk about numbers, there's so many different agencies. We're like, hey, I work with 2,000 people this year, and somebody else says, well, I work with 5,000, and none of our numbers interlink. And so that way, so what that tells us that we don't really know how many people it's happening to. But according to United States statistics, it's happening to over 40.3 million people, with less than 1% ever rescued. So here in Project Mona's House in Buffalo, New York, what we know is that we serve over 70 young girls between 3rd grade through 12th grade. We serve at least 40 women with residential services, and we serve at least 70 women who are not residents of Project Mona's House, but are in the community who have indeed been trafficked.
I hope people who are watching right now are hearing the numbers that you're mentioning, because that is disturbing on so many levels. But if we can, as we get ready to wrap up, who's the most vulnerable?
The most vulnerable amongst us, number one, is our children. So those are also foster children, people who are runaways, and children who have access to devices that do not have any safety measures on them, like an M-Spy or a Safer Kid, and traffickers have access to them. So our babies are the most vulnerable, which is why we're doing so much to prevent trafficking amongst our youth, because there's not one high school in all of this, in the entire city of Buffalo, that does not have at least one case of human trafficking in it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Wow. And when you hear that, so for a parent who's watching right now, number one thing they should look out for?
Number one thing they should look out for are those cell phone devices. Like, is there anybody reaching out to their children that they don't know, or they feel like might be one person that is really not? They're being catfished. So put some safety devices on those phones, and you can find all that information right on our website at projectmonashouse.com.
All right. Excellent information. I know you've been all about it, and I know something's coming up in March. We're going to make sure we tap back in with you to learn more about that.
Thank you.
You've
so
been
much.
listening to Kelly Diane Galloway.